Meteorologist Matthew East here with you. This is the December 15th edition of the Carolina Weather Video here, and we have a lot to talk about. Growing interest here over a potential weekend storm system here. A lot of energy on the table for that system to work with and a lot of possibilities with it. First of all, this morning, let me show you the radar imagery here from 5:15. And that's how it looked at that point in time. A lot of actually very heavy rain extending back through, once again, parts of Louisiana into the Mississippi and Alabama Gulf Coast regions. And that area has just been inundated with rain here, really for much of the year, and especially over the past couple of months. They've just been hit hard with lots of rain. There's a cold front moving on through our region, but notice most of the rain is well off to the south of North Carolina. And I think that precip will continue to slide fairly quietly out to sea. And we'll stay dry here across much of North Carolina. The exception being maybe around Wilmington, a few more showers down that way. Here comes the next big blast of cold air. That's the national temperatures at 8 a.m. this morning. And you're looking at another big blast of true Arctic air, the 0-degree line running from Wisconsin down through parts of Kansas. And that Arctic air plunging southeastward. In fact, look at the temperatures. I know this is probably tough to see on the video, but you have a lot of folks in Montana and North Dakota that are minus 20 degrees or colder. That is brutal stuff, once again, charging into the northern United States. Now, we're enjoying a relatively mild day today. We'll see a lot of highs up into the low 60s as the day unfolds here on this Tuesday. But that cold air is coming, and it will be a much chillier day tomorrow. Here's the surface map off of the 6C run of the GFS. Now, this is the parallel 6C run. They've been testing a new version of the GFS has, and that's just about to take over as the main GFS model. But again, as of the 6C run, this is the parallel run. I think it's doing the best job of, at least of any of the models overall. It's doing as good a job as any of them. So let me show you how things look today. There's that front pressing through. Arctic high pressure sitting back in the nation's midsection, building southeastward. That cold air will begin to settle in here tonight. A lot of clouds lingering through much of the day. Could be some peaks of sun working through this afternoon, but certainly the sky clears on out tonight. We'll drop down into the low to mid-30s tonight, and then tomorrow much chillier. Looks like upper 40s at best, low 50s tomorrow as that Arctic air takes hold, but a lot of sunshine tomorrow. It'll be nice to see a good sunny day, and that's what we'll see tomorrow. As we go into Thursday, again, a lot of sunshine. We'll drop down toward the upper 20s for lows on Thursday morning, probably upper 40s to low 50s for highs on Thursday afternoon. And then things get interesting. This is a look on the GFS, 7 o'clock in the evening Friday. And we've been talking about this area of low pressure that's going to develop down here in the Gulf of Mexico and then track off the southeast coast. Well, until this run, the GFS has kept things rather benign as this moves through. It did not phase any of the northern branch energy into this low pressure area, and so really you just had an area of rain sliding through South Carolina and out to sea. But as of this 6C parallel run, not the case. It is phasing some of that northern branch energy in, and this is the result. This is 7 a.m. Saturday, and coastal low off the coast of South Carolina. That blue line, that's the freezing line up at about 5,000 feet. And without getting too technical looking at the sounding data or whatnot, the general idea here is that this would be some snow for interior parts of the Carolinas and maybe even on down into extreme northeast Georgia, but the precip a little lacking there. But certainly interior Carolinas, the GFS, the 6C parallel run indicating some snow as we go to Friday night and especially into the day and especially Saturday morning. Now let's compare the other modeling here. This is the Canadian, valid 7 o'clock in the evening on Friday evening rather, 0Z Saturday, 7 o'clock Friday evening. And the key feature to all this, we're going to have that coastal low. There's very little doubt about that. But the key is, do we get any of this northern branch energy to phase into it? Most of the other modeling is doing that to some extent. But again, this is the Canadian, 7 o'clock in the evening, Friday. That 500 millibar energy diving down, and that eventually does feed into that coastal low, but it's slower than the GFS. This is the Navy no-gaps model, very similar to the Canadian. The European model, same general idea, though it's a little farther westward and a little slower. It, too, eventually feeds some energy into that low sitting off the coast. The GFS is just a little quicker with it. as it has that main energy bundled over the Ozarks. And so really a lot of the other modeling, you do get that phasing of the northern branch with that coastal low, but on a lot of the other modeling, it is a little slower than the GFS. A lot of the models, it's Saturday into Sunday that takes place. But any way you look at it, the general trend is certainly on the modeling that we're going to see that northern branch energy try to phase into that coastal low. If that happens, we do have the chance for some wintry precip across the Carolinas, especially as we go through the weekend. The timing's in question, and if we don't get those branches to phase, we probably see very little in the way of any type of significant wintry precip. But if we do get those branches to phase, the potential is there for some snow here across portions of the region as we go through the course of the weekend. So we'll just have to continue to monitor trends here, but I think with the players on the field, this is going to want to try to phase, and so I would lean toward that scenario right now, but it's all about timing. If that low were to scoot out quicker, the upper level energy wouldn't be able to dive into it. So it's something we'll have to continue to watch and fine tune, but that potential is there this weekend. Let's look down the line here. Again, we'll continue with the GFS. This is back to the 0Z run. That's what I had in hand at the time I was preparing this video. And this is Monday, 21st, 1 o'clock. Chilly air mass in place. And uh-oh, look at that. Christmas Eve. It's showing another storm system moving in that could be in the form of snow, and then all the way out at 0Z New Year's Eve. So this will be December 30th at 7 p.m. Another low pressure moving in. So again, I think I have no changes to my ideas for the rest of the month. Predominantly a cold finish for the rest of December, beginning tomorrow as that Arctic air settles in. So more often than not, cold air could be quite cold at times, especially as we get into Christmas week next week. And still looks like an active subtropical branch of the jet stream is going to bring storm systems through from time to time. So if you like winter weather, you like cold air, you like the potential for winter storms, the pattern certainly looks really interesting for the next couple of weeks at least. All right, so that's it for today's edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day today, and God bless.